My name is Amber Rose, and I'm brown skinned, 5 foot. I go to Texas Southern.
In your humble opinion, who is Amber Butler?
Amber Butler is a student who is goal driven, a scheduled person to get things done. She's determined. She is hungry for success, as well as family oriented and very much faith driven as well.
Okay, so you mentioned that you are family driven. Where are you from?
I am from Missouri City, Texas.
Okay, so with that being said, how do you feel like your family upbringing has shaped the woman you are today?
Well, with my mother and my grandmother present in my life, I truthfully believe that they have implemented a lot of, per se, advice, also as well as preaching the word of God that has really driven me to the woman I am now. They have built a foundation for myself within school, helping me out, teaching me services in the community, in the Black community as well, bringing me to the hood of, you know what I'm saying, Texas as well, but also the suburban areas to educate me on both sides of the world. And that's pretty much it.
I love that. So to me, it seems that you were brought up by some pretty powerful Black women. So you mentioned that faith component. What was a moment in your life that really strengthened your faith?
I would say when I transitioned from middle school into high school, I had more of a leadway in, my little freedom that I've so called felt I had. And within school, it was very difficult because I was in a new school, new people. I felt very down, very alone. And me also being the only child, I was always consumed by that feeling. And it was a couple things that I went through in high school, with just other classmates around me. So I always ran to God for that being my main person to run to, besides my family, and just reading the Bible, having that secureness within myself to understand, no matter who is around you, classmates or not, the person who truthfully matters is me and the relationship that I have with God. The person who is within me, who is living within me, is all that should be my main attention towards. And if anybody around me doesn't, you know what I'm saying, that has nothing to do with me. So
I love that. So in your humble view, how do you feel like, at Texas Southern we say the word matriculation a lot. How do you believe you have developed from that young lady who was in high school to the woman you are in college?
So from me being in high school to now, I would say I've gained a lot of insight heavily. And also it was still somewhat of a big transition from high school to college, with that more freedom, as stated before. But I would say I'm more seldom in my spirit, in my education, as well in my career life. I don't do as much as I used to do in high school. So even from the transition there to now, it's still breaking off the little things that kept me from being who I am today.
Gotcha. So what would be a piece of advice, if you could go back in time, would you give to your younger self?
I would tell her to not worry, because I was very cautious and I was very worrisome. And I would tell her to fully surrender to God, because when you do, no worries would come through, as well as when you have that full trust and full surrender, nothing will stand in your way.
And the good thing is you have noise cancellation on your mic, so they can't hear nothing regardless. They can barely hear me. But there's a lot of beautiful questions. So I want to now pivot to you being a college woman. You mentioned that you majored in
Computer science.
Computer science. I want to make sure I get that right. So I'm asking you this first question. What inspired you to want to come to Texas Southern University?
So what inspired me to attend Texas Southern University was first that my whole family attended Texas Southern University. I've visited the campus before. I'm a little familiar with it, as well as it being just a 30-minute drive away, so it's close by, as well as the benefits that I've gained from being at Texas Southern University was very heavily implemented on my life, so it helped me a lot. And once I visited and had my orientation here, it was very comfortable, very welcoming, very just very welcoming and like comfortable for me. So
I got you. So you touched on how I guess you can say Texas Southern is a family thing, right?
mhm.
And it has developed you. So I will say I'll ask you this. So what are you involved in on campus, and how has that continued your development?
So what I am involved in is L-SAMP, which is an organization and scholarship program that are for STEM majors specifically. And what we do within that organization, we do internship workshops, we visit other schools as well. We also have meetings with other companies within other universities as well for them to come over and speak to us about their career as well. That is one org, and the second org that I also am in is NSBE. And for NSBE, we are a engineering based type of organization, but all STEM majors are welcome there. And over there, we have conferences, internship workshops as well, resume workshops. And we also have panels where tech companies come in to speak to us where we can connect with them as well. So,
Okay. I love how you've been answering so far. So I'm gonna try to button it and round it out this way. So throughout your experiences at Texas Southern University, when you're crossing that stage, I want to put your mind there. When you're crossing that stage with your degree, what is one thing you can say that you have taken from this institution that you feel like would better you not only as a woman but also a woman of God?
I would probably say fully surrender, because that's the one thing that has stuck to me throughout my whole entire experience here, is that when you do, all of those thoughts that you will have are not your thoughts. All those negative thoughts that you have, all those worrisome thoughts, all those cautiousness that you have, it's not your thoughts. When you surrender, you don't have those thoughts anymore. You don't feel so concluded or excluded from all these different things going on within your own college experience. You will feel at peace. You will feel loved. You will feel cared for. You will feel secured within yourself. So.